got it? Yeah. Who got it? Yeah.
Welcome to Trapping Ain't Dead, another day, another dollar peep game. What's good, Janae?
Hey, Munch.
What's good with you?
Are we on?
Yeah, we on.
Oh, because you jumped up. Like
Yeah, I jumped up because I know I get loud, and yeah, that's how my life is set up. So I try to not make it, loud as shit.
You could tell I'm like zoned out because I ain't call you no nickname today.
That's what I'm talking about.
You just Munch today. That's just life. It's been interesting this
Trap
week.
Babe been on the grind.
I know. You feeling better?
Yeah, man. Earlier this week, man, my shoulder, I was out of commission, man. I had an injury from football, and that shit fucked me up. Had me out of commission for like a day. I wasn't gonna let it get me for no more than that. But unfortunately, that's why we couldn't record last week.
I know. I'm just happy you feeling. Don't apologize, nigga. I'm just happy you good. When you told me, I was like, oh my gosh, you okay?
Man, I was like, boy.
But we weren't supposed to record last week anyway. It was just production day.
Yeah. I think it was. It was just gonna be a production day anyway. So yeah, man.
So I'm just glad you're good. Oh, happy Haitian Heritage Month to all my Zoes out there. You know I got Zoe blood in me.
Sapase.
Mabule.
Conscious contractors. I don't know how to say all that other stuff. Mecca, Grimo, Grandma's Stitches, We Them Zoes.
Yeah, all
damn, Miss Haitian Heritage Month. I might have to play that letter to the president.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you heard that record, but that record is like getting.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know if you could start with that one because like the biggest hip hop festival is happening this weekend, so it's like I don't know if you start with.
I might have to
Haitian
do like
artists.
A little mix or something.
Yeah, you may have to mix it in there because we have some home team gonna be showing out for Rolling Loud this weekend.
Tell them who all gonna be there
at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. I know some of the people there.
Carrot City, you bet not say. I had to say it because they got Ross on the list.
I love saying that so much.
Cause that shit, that's what I was raised on. I was raised on this shit, Carrot City. And I remember when they first talked about like changing everything, and it was gonna be Miami Gardens, and Carrot City was gonna be non-existent. It was gonna be Miami Gardens High.
The Sea Turtles, that
and
damn
the sea turtles and all that shit.
The Miami Gardens Sea Turtles. It was like, oh my gosh.
They was gonna change our whole.
They were never gonna change the name of Carrot City High School.
That shit there was so hilarious to
legendary.
me.
But everybody, every other school wanted to kind of, clown us. But anyway, speaking of Carrot City's own Rick Ross is gonna be performing at Rolling Loud.
I'm ready today, boy. I'm ready.
You did the noise. You sounded just like him. I'm like, Munch, are you okay? Is it your back?
No, man, you ain't no boss if you can't do the.
I can't even do it. My voice not deep enough. Yeah,
I gotta represent for all the cats that I pretty much came up and grinded with. Young Simi, S. Brady, Prez P. Shout out to Skeet Black, boy. I see you. Pooya, Pooya, Rob Banks, Zoe Dollars, Kid Pop. Kid Pop done jumped, boy. Since you jumped, boy, you been on your Grizzy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow, that's amazing. So all these are local artists, from South Florida that's gonna be performing on the big, like Rolling Loud. Like they don't understand, like this shit is only 4 years old, but it's like so legit. Like when I saw that New York Times and that Wall Street Journal articles, I was like, oh, these boys, they doing it.
Yeah.
Like shout out to them. Like I'm really hats off to the guys who started Rolling Loud Music Festival.
Shout out to Tariq and Matt. It's just one of those situations. Like I had an opportunity to work with them back in I want to say like 2012, 2013, somewhere around that area. But before then, around like 2010, when I first came into contact and heard about them, they were like the guys that was bringing in. They was on the Smokers tour. They were a lot of the promoters on the Smokers tour that was getting in guys like Jay Nix, guys like Fresh James, guys like
Jay Nick Management.
Nah. It's a rapper.
Let me tell me. Jimmy used to be out here rapping.
It's a rapper named Jay Nix.
Okay.
And at the same time, you had cats like I said, Fresh James, Sin, who signed to Valhalla, like Quest. A lot of those cats was getting, and it was a lot of indie, and they really was the first guys to really do something for the music scene, like on a holistic level, like on a major level. Dope ENT, if y'all remember, was those guys that brought in the Nipsey Hussles, you know, that I can say I did a show for Nipsey. I did a show for Dom Kennedy. I did Denzel Curry's show when his homecoming show on his international tour, when, you know, he came home to like a full packed out crowd at Avenue D when I was the house sound engineer there. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to see the same cats that they pretty much was coming up with are now the local artists that's getting rewarded at a time where they're in Miami Gardens, they own the big stage. And when I say this, it's like Kid Pac I remember this goes back, and I may start to release videos and stuff like this, right? Where Kid Pac had a boutique. He had a boutique up there where Finger Licking is in Miami Gardens.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like in the same, right next to the tattoo shop. I mean the barber shop. So Kid Pac was there. And he sold a lot of the local brands that was there at the time. He sold it. So, and then I think he got locked up. Some things happened. I don't know what happened, but my dog did some time, and to see him come back and grind is amazing to me. Like, damn, Kid Pac, I didn't even know you was a rapper, my nigga. Like, but shit. You feel me? Like, I didn't know he rapped like that. Like, I didn't, you know, like, yeah. I know they had the studio back there, but I didn't know, like, that was like what he did. The same thing holds true with guys like Puya, Rob Banks. They would come through and we would do these freestyles on Saturdays. And Puya, Rob Banks, S. Brady, Denzel Curry. This is when these cats, I'm talking Denzel Curry was like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before he really blew up. We was right there in Carol City. That's where it brewed up.
Yeah, I've been hearing his name for a long time.
Yeah. Who else? And shout out to my boy Prez P. I can't say enough about Prez. You know, he just been grinding. They started in a group called The Camp. And they out of the camp, the clique still the camp or whatever, but the one who really I guess they all followed behind and really journeyed behind, because at that time everybody knew like Prez was that guy. You know, and it's a beautiful thing to see Prez now be rewarded for basically a hard work and dedication, you know, to the grind. You know, he been there. That's the same cat. I don't know if you seen the Team 100 shit that Ball Greasy, Billy Blue, Kiddo Marv and them was doing earlier this week. It was like all on social media. They was going different places, but it's like North Miami United as far as like the rap scene. And Prez P was the guy.
I didn't see this. Who page is on?
It's on Billy Blue page. If you go to Billy Blue, he been amping up. Shout out to Billy Blue, man.
I didn't know
Billy that. Blue,
what, he's doing it because it's Rolling Loud Week?
I don't think it's so much because it's Rolling Loud. I think more so some of the same things we did back in the day when we went to do shows. If one, like a guy like Prez P, I happened to be in a group called the Art Club, Ransom, FYM, Motive.
I remember that.
A couple of cats. They do the Miami Boys pool party. They just came off that. But I used to be in a group called the Art Club, and when I was with the Art Club, anytime we got a show, we would always make sure that everybody that was in quote unquote New Miami, which was like this pack we kind of like made to say like, we ain't gonna do this crab in a bucket shit no more. And we always made sure, like if Prez had a show, he always made sure Ransom was gonna perform. He always made sure like we had a spot. We always did records together, so you always had to bring them out. You feel me? Because they doing the records. So it'll be amazing to see them, you know, stick together. Miami, let's stick together and let's bring everybody on stage. You know, share your set.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would, you know, Ball Greasy, another person we didn't get the name.
I know. I was just waiting to say some of the bigger acts that were coming on.
Go ahead.
But. No, I feel you. That would be amazing to see like all those like Miami artists or South Florida artists like do some type of set at Rolling Loud. I think that would be epic. I kind of want to go now. I'm not really into hip hop like that. Like the hip hop I like is like Outkast and Common, and you know I'm an old bitch, so I like my older.
No,
hip-hop.
You just it's artists like that.
I like groovy hip hop, so I listen to Kendrick and J. Cole and stuff like that.
I'm gonna put you up on my boy Marv Pox. He just released the album today.
But you know what? Talking about local artists, what's his name?
Marv Pox.
Send me some of his stuff. But I have been really, really vibing to Bucket Hat Bree and
Bucket Hat Don.
Bucket Hat Don Bree. And his song featuring 305 Cadillac or 305 Black.
Yeah.
And
Cadillac
it's called Don't Let It. And they have like this sample of this old school, like I like groovy shit.
Yeah.
And they have this sample of like this old school song, but it's like I've been really rocking it. It's like that Miami I said that. I was like, it has that Miami Juke vibe.
Yeah.
And I literally on Sunday listened to that song 20 times in a row. Like I know all the words now.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been rocking with, we've been trying to get Bree up here for a minute and really put Bree on. Because this man here, he come from the sub. Like a lot of people don't talk about the sub, and I really want to talk about that Brown sub. Like everybody talk about the beans, everybody talk about the 40s. When you talk about Liberty City, don't nobody hear the brown sub perspective. Like I want people to know what 4-6 on that first Sunday was. You know what I'm saying? Like let people know like it was a peaceful time. People came out, we hung out, we chilled, we vibe. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't from around there, but I had the opportunity to come around, every now and again and, see all the old heads with the young cats vibing.
Yeah.
You feel me? This was a community event, and just to bring him out and talk about that. Bree is like
he's doing Splashdown.
He's doing a Splashdown,
back, shout out to Chico de Leo. He's bringing back Splashdown. It's going to be at Miramar Regional Park in either June or July. We'll get that. Those details.
I want to say it's July the 8th.
Yeah, it's in July.
Like
it's in
July 8th or something like that.
So that's pretty dope. But just to bring it back to Rolling Loud, Ball Greasy, you already said Zoe Dollars, Rick Ross, Tory Lanez, Trick, and Trina going to be performing. So Miami is definitely in the building. I got to give the promoters.
And Tory Lanez is honorary. He's honorary. I'm just making it plain because somebody going to come to me and say, man, Tory Lanez ain't from the crib. Hey, bro, he was at Barry, and we all know he been down here for a minute.
But he claimed Miami. So.
Yeah. Just don't steal none of my dog's music because they coming after you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Wait, so while we still in Miami Gardens, I just want to let people know why Rolling Loud is in Miami Gardens. Oliver Gilbert.
Yeah.
He literally, and he told me the story. He said he went to Rolling Loud last year.
Okay.
Because somebody invited him or was talking about it, and he ended up getting tickets to go. So he could go, and he saw it, and he saw that they were like at Bayfront, right? Mm-hmm. He saw like the restrictions
and the restrictions they was having.
And he said he got to the promoter and was like, you need to bring this to Miami Gardens. He said he worked, they worked out the deal, and that's why they're in Miami Gardens. Like that's the type of mayor Miami Gardens has. And he's also, of course, like Waffle House. He's behind that force there too.
Yeah,
Waffle House just opened up yesterday, right in Miami Gardens.
But
Waffle House having some issues now.
Waffle House having some issues.
We gonna celebrate the fact that they just opened up.
They just opened up in Miami Gardens, and that's a tricky thing, getting into, just like, cause like. For me, I like Waffle House.
Me too, and I really want to go.
I like Waffle House, but it's been like a part of me has been like
fucking up right now.
Like y'all PRs, like somebody need to get ahead of y'all shit.
Y'all fucking up
like,
Waffle House.
Y'all reminded me of the day, the days niggas used to, pull in when you coming off the road. Them crackers used to serve you that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like it just make me think like. They just started hiring. Is it you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, and then Gilbert had like they say like he had a whole bunch of.
I'm going tonight.
He had a whole bunch of. He say he had like 50 employees. Like they say they got staff in there. They got more than enough. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, in Waffle House.
And the new Waffle House.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have some type of agreement where they gotta hire a certain amount of Miami Gardens residents and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what you should do.
Yeah,
that's what should be done in these deals. Period. That's what we talk about with leadership.
Your public servant is working on your behalf. Like that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to advocate and make sure that the community is better. You have jobs, you have opportunities.
And let's talk about the CRA that just got built.
Is that approved?
I don't know if it got approved, but I know it's no, matter of fact, I believe it did.
Oh wow.
I believe it did. Because Luke just actually posted an article, op-ed, his normal op-ed, talking about Mayor Gilbert should be a black mayor. Yeah,
should be the first Miami-Dade's first black mayor.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I would definitely, we would support Gilbert, but to see.
And that's my Be Me brother. I'm just being biased. Sometimes I gotta let it be known, be me. That's my Be Me brother. We came in the same year, and that's my dog. So just know. Yeah, I'm voting for it. If he decide to make that run, y'all gonna see me on Front Street. I'm gonna bring that boy through. I'm gonna make him cut through 13. I'm gonna make him cut through 4-6. I'm gonna make him cut through everywhere. Then let it be known, like he got to pull up, for real.
I think it could work. I think if somebody could be Miami-Dade's first mayor and have a good shot at it, it would be Gilbert because he has a personality that he can appeal to different demographics and different ethnicities. So, I think it could work, and I hope that that's what, Luke, from his op-ed, you can read it in the Miami New Times. He wrote about it and just kind of listed all of Gilbert's accomplishments in Miami Gardens, which includes us, like Rolling Loud, and the Waffle House and the development of the Carol Mart to like a world-class plaza, like,
and getting the Dolphins, the tax base from the Dolphins.
Yeah, like, so he's done a lot. So we'll keep checking to see what that play
successful
is for
black
him
governance
to be the Miami-Dade mayor. But if we drive a little bit further south, their neighboring cities,
Opalaka,
Chapalaka.
Hey, come on, man, we ain't say Murder Gardens.
Oh, but I'm a bougie bitch, and I be thinking Miami Gardens is just like, oh, we're so much better than.
Nah, but
I ain't gonna do Opalaka like that, because if Matthew send me one more goddamn text talk about some positive media, me and him gonna have to fight. Yep, I said it, Matthew, and I know you listen to the show. You know we love you on here.
but yeah, I guess to that effect, with Opalaka being it was a new survey that came out saying that they are the most dangerous, like one of the most dangerous,
most dangerous city in Florida, and the third most dangerous in the U.S. But to me, that just doesn't seem accurate.
It's a skewed number.
I don't believe in that. I used to live in Opalaka. I don't feel like it was that bad.
Nah, one reason it's a skewed number is because of the land space. Like, let's just talk about the amount of land, and I think they were saying like it's a 2-mile radius or something like that.
Yeah.
So you figure crime.
So three things happen there. It's gonna make it seem like, oh gosh, just a million things happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing with Liberty City, Northwest Miami-Dade. Mm-hmm. We know, like, don't nobody talk about Cypress Bay, and that bitch be on the news all the time.
Come on now, but South Beach.
Nobody talk about
most violent crime. Like, they have not violent crime, but they have like some of the highest crime stats. South Beach.
Yeah, but don't nobody talk about that. Don't nobody run Miami Beach under the mud because Miami-Dade County got a $6 billion budget, and tourism is contributing. You feel me? And so, with that,
next week we're gonna have to talk about the Memorial Weekend, because speaking of Miami Beach,
NAACP got some things in it. NAACP. I would love to bring somebody like Ruben Roberts on the show. He's or Daniela. We could bring both of them, but the reason being is because Ruben Roberts has actually been working, that noise ordinance that they got going on, and then he's been talking about it. NAACP been doing a lot of things behind the scenes to make sure that we do keep this weekend. Yeah, which to me is kind of like a yin yang. Like it's almost like Waffle House. Like, I love Waffle House, but y'all fucking up. You feel me? Like, truth be told, unless I got a client and I'm getting paid to be on the beach, you will not catch much on Miami Beach.
For real?
Whatsoever. I was just out there. You get what I'm saying?
You talking about swimsuit pictures?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm at. You know how you get it? I'm going to insert the Trina shit right there.
Ass so big like the sun.
How the fuck you knew? How the fuck you knew, nigga? I was sitting there like, I'm scrolling. You know how you scroll. And I scroll and I said, whoa. Whoa, little mama.
You know what?
Remember that shit from Hot Boy?
I know, whoa, little mama. I can't believe that. Whoa, little. So some shit they used to say.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did that because, one, I was on the beach and
trapping ain't dead.
And I was having fun.
You most definitely trapped.
But you know what? People post pictures all the time on social media. I think people didn't realize. Like, I kind of just wanted to do a show off moment. I'm just be real. Like, it was like a show off moment.
You was feeling yourself.
I was feeling myself, and I almost wanted to be like, I'm fine under these clothes too, y'all. Like, y'all hoes on the gram, like, showing out and doing all the most. Like, let me show y'all, like, that I'm a fine bitch too. But
yeah, and
it was cool. I probably wouldn't post too many more pictures like that, but I definitely
that was what it was. I think for me, it was just like, Janae.
I think it shocked people, and I like that controversial type of shit and the shock factor. So.
Yeah, I mean, my thing personally was just like, you do what you do, like, you feel me. But I just didn't.
Did you see the pictures on my story?
Nah, I ain't see.
So you only saw my timeline?
I only seen the timeline.
Oh yeah, the ones on my stories were.
So you was. Oh yes, Trapping One Dead.
But I put those away because they go away for 24 hours. That's why.
See, you supposed to post on the Trapping Ain't Dead and let that shit jump a little bit. You feel? But I understand. It's all good. Trap bait.
Stupid. Wait, so back to Opalaka. Commissioner. What a segue. Commissioner Matthew Pygott was snapping
about
when he saw that report.
As well as Chris.
On his Instagram. Chris Davis, community organizer in Opelika.
Opelika CDC.
I didn't see Chris snapping. I gotta go look at his page.
Yeah, he didn't really
Matthew
snap.
posted a video,
but Matt actually posted a video about it, and shed light on it. And my only thing to that, and I hate to say this, there was a fucking shooting today.
In Opelika?
In Opelika, right there on the Bab off 27. Like, and you know, everybody and their mama posting it right now. Like, my brother happened to be right there when, like, my brother stay in that area. So, like.
Oh, he do?
Yeah, like right there off that shit. So, like.
Your brother? Your real brother?
Yeah, like blood brother. You know what I'm saying? So, he staying around that area. And he sent me the pic, like, hey, boy, this shit just went down. Don't even come this, you know, like, either don't come this way or if you is up this way, like, it was the check-in. Like, you good? And, yeah, man, it's just crazy. It's unfortunate.
So that come out and then
the shooting happened right there, and I literally haven't. I can't tell you like when was the last time like I can remember something literally going down in Opelika like that.
Yeah, it happens honestly for me like something major happened like maybe every other year. Like I haven't heard nothing around there in a while. Like you know, it's no secret. Like I used to date Chris. And he's a big community organizer. We lived in Opelika together. So, and honestly, me living with him showed me that Opelika wasn't this bad place. Yeah. And I was able to see the people. Like, it's actually a really close-knit community. It's a very interesting dynamic. And then, and they have an interesting dichotomy because it's a lot of old families that's been there. Yeah. There's some really big homes that's near, like, City Hall. So,
because remember back, you know, back in the day.
Right? Was over there.
Yeah.
So, it's like you could kind of tell where the black family lives and where the white family lived in Opelika. But it's an interesting city. I just really wish that the government there gets their shit together because it has so much potential.
Well,
and Matthew just needs support on the dais.
Yeah. Speaking of them getting their shit together, Matt also posted a video about them getting a new city manager.
Oh, so they fired one.
And got a new city manager. One. And what I liked about what Matt was doing was that he actually explained what the role of the city manager was. And
in the video or
in the video, yeah, it was like a live, and he had Mr. Daughtry there and saying like how the city manager is there to, you know, hear your concerns and actually do something about it. The commissioners are your representative, but they all have to go to, you feel me, the city manager and make shit happen at the end of the day based on the way, from my understanding, the way the charter is. And I thought it was very insightful that he did that because people need to know who the fuck you need to go check or who the fuck you need to go run up and talk to or who the person you need to gain some insight.
Yeah. And shout out to Opelika doing that.
Yeah. And I think they trying to turn
Commissioner Pike.
Yeah, I feel like they trying to turn a new leaf. They trying. They just need to get rid of the other people.
Yeah, Matt.
Some of the other folks
is up there, and I like Kelly.
I like Kelly too.
Chris Davis, you better run. You better run for office. And I think what's his name? Who used to be with Dream Defenders? Manny?
Zabo.
I think Zabo. Xavier, right? That's his name.
Isaiah.
Sorry,
Isaiah Thomas.
Really, he has a basketball name. Isaiah Thomas and Chris Davis. I think they would be a great addition to the Opelika dais, and I think we could actually see like transformation starting to happen in that city with Matt, Chris, and Kelly on the board, and Isaiah. Like that would be that would bring back Opelika old. Like they would have something, and then you can probably see more of a gap being built between them, between Opelika and Miami Gardens and North Miami. Because it seemed like to me right now, and I don't know if it's true, but it seemed like Miami Gardens and North Miami don't really fool with Opelika like that. But
they piecing it. They taking pieces away.
You'll see Miami Gardens and North Miami, like you could tell it's like some type of friendliness, you know.
Yeah.
But it's almost like Opelika got so much mess. It's like those two cities are like, I can't really even fuck with you like this.
And I think that's what it really, you know, come down to. I feel like they have. Like, cause you know Miami Gardens on our end, on the west end, Miami Gardens, you know, started to purchase a little bit of the property. So I'm appreciative of the fact that they fixed Bunch Park.
Yeah.
And they're fixing Bunch Park right now, and they fixed the pool.
Yeah.
That was something that was near and dear to my brother. my older brother, because he would fight for the pool and he was really concerned about the pool.
Wait, your brother lived in Bunch Park?
He stays in that area, like right around that area, like right there on 152nd and like. Yeah,
Chris grew up
over there by Rainbow Park.
So he's and he went to North Dade, so he always talking about that neighborhood and stuff that needs to be improved over there.
Yeah, because they didn't have, like, my thing is you have the schools, you have, you know what I'm saying, you got enough schools, but you don't have enough community centers. You don't have enough youth programs to really keep the kids active in you know, especially when you dealing with single parents, some of them dealing with all these other issues at home. You need to have that community center because those kids need that outlet.
That's so true, Munch. Speaking of, just to transition over to speaking truth to power and checking people, so community members are checking Cox Media, which is the radio company that owns Hot 105 and 99 Gems and a few other radio stations. But as far as urban radio, the heritage stations, 99 Gems and Hot 105 are products of Cox Media. And, you know, Jay Nick was calling them out. I see the West Side Gazette. There was an article posted by Crystal Chanel. And it's some shit going on over there at Cox. Apparently, these black stations don't have any black management.
I don't want to say that's what's happened. That's what's, you know what I'm saying?
That is what's going on.
Because I don't really
it, though, for a minute. Though.
Yeah, I really don't know. But
no, there's no black managers.
Yeah, but I know for a fact, like, you know, that's something that I've heard. I'm just saying, like, I know you really over there, but I don't have that real relationship like that. There's a few. There's like one.
And a lot of even their black staff is leaving.
Like Felicia Monet, you know, left
from
99
the programming
Gems.
to even the sales and
everybody.
Promotion side.
Yeah,
like
it ain't the same. And you know, Shelby Russian left earlier this year. She got replaced by Hercules. DJ Hercules, because her, you know, something about, you know, the ratings was down and some other things. It's a crazy game.
Well, I mean, shout out to Stitches, my
you know, Stitches,
sister who was kicking her ass.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was more so because who, you know, what Stitches brand represents, and I think who's listening at that time of day. And she got a big, like, people support Stitches. Like, I genuinely try to listen to the radio literally, you know, around that time, because if I'm driving the van with the kids, I'm literally trying to listen to 103.5 because I'm trying to support PK, I'm trying to support Stitches and them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And but Stitches is such a sweetheart, and I mean Shelby too. So of course Shelby, it's harmless competition, but you know, like you said, when people like Felicia Monet,
Shelby Russian,
and Rick Party,
Rick Party, and Benji left. So like
Tamara G,
see, like talk about it. Michael Baisden had the same issue. And I think what it is that. I think, truth be told, this is a evolution in media, and I think everybody need to open their eyes to it when it comes to black media, and I think we need to stop like, my thing is, no disrespect to Jay Nick them, you know what I'm saying, and everybody who working on, you know, more inclusionary shit with them, but my thing is just like, I just feel like certain people, we gotta just say fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how Gilbert said earlier, he was like, when Wells Fargo do you wrong, when somebody do you wrong, you don't rock with them no more. You don't, like, no, that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's how I feel like with, like, are we banking with Wells Fargo right now? No, we over here at One United Bank. That's what we doing. Speaking of, I just opened an account today.
I got a personal account with Wells Fargo, but I do have an account with One United Bank.
But it's not to say like you don't have an account. I'm just saying, like, what's the move? If you you gotta, first and foremost, I always tell people,
and I'm actually thinking about moving everything to One United.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do individually. What's best for you in that time until you can make a move. Yeah,
as soon as I find all them ATM locations where I could deposit my money, I think I'm gonna make the switch to
shout out to Suzanne McDowell. She said that it's Money Pass. So if you go to Money Pass, and you it's like moneypass.com or something like that. And it'll show you all the ATMs.
Okay, because I know it's like 12,000 or something like that.
But they're connected, and it's majority like 7-Elevens and shit.
Oh, okay.
So all these 7-Elevens keep popping up.
But but can I only make a deposit at the bank though?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Like
but
I make deposits like that, but just in case I.
But you don't remember with One United. With One United, you could take the picture.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you could do it. You could do a check deposit. I'll show you. I do them all the time. You do the little check deposit like Chase and all the rest of them. Yeah.
All right, well, fuck you, Wills. I'm about to go all the way, all in.
Yeah.
But I get what J Nick them are doing. And Crystal and I even seen Tangela come in and she like tagged Jill Strata, who's the PD program director at 99 Jams, and she's like, she never takes meetings with people. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that too. And that's what it is. Jill Strata, NAACP.
It's like
everybody. It's a lot of stakeholders at the table. But the thing is, I don't know what, and he said, you know, J Nick, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? He said, wait around for it. Just wait for it. We gonna come with some things. You feel me? But my thing is like, what are we? I mean, radio is, you know, like they always say, radio is like, it's still the most efficient, or it's still
it reaches more people than the
TV. You know what I'm saying?
And social media.
You know, effectively, right? And efficiently. So I see the point there, but it's like, bruh. You know, and this is my only thing with like a Rick Party. I know that when Rick Party, and this is what my understanding is, I know when Rick Party leaves Hot 105, he's not going to have the same platform. Just like Michael Basin does not have the same platform. I don't care what nobody say.
But no, Michael Basin still was syndicated. He still was in other markets.
He still was in other markets, but when he came back, it still wasn't that. You feel me? Like, because you're losing that platform for people to really keep you current. Like Rick Party, he was there. He's not Big Man Kelly. He started his own app. That's probably the most commendable. He started Mature Life Radio or something like that. And they got the segments, but it's still not as big of a platform. So I get it on that end, but it's like, bruh, at some point we got to be like, all right, we gonna like cut this tie, take this L.
Who go buy the signal and like they're not giving out those FCC ain't giving that out that easy.
I'm real familiar with it.
So I get what they're saying. They're saying you have the reach of the black community, of the majority of the black community down here. But when we come in to do business with you, and this is just me working in the business, across the street at the competitor. But when I have people coming to me saying I spent $30,000, but my ads wasn't running, and they won't give me credit. They won't even give me a lot of credit because I'm black. But the white and Spanish boys and those advertisers can't get money. And I'm not just a one-time $30,000 buy.
This
I'm spending. I've been spending with Cox for 20 years. This is. I'm telling you a conversation I had with advertiser who told me they're not being respected there, but because they don't have anywhere else to go and they know that, they just treat them like
whatever. But my thing is, at that point,
but you have somewhere to go. You could come to 135 The Beat and Throwback Miami.
But here's my thing. At that point, where's your fucking leverage?
There is none, because look, think about it. I'm a car dealer, or I have a restaurant, or I have a show coming up. At the end of the day, I still have to get this marketed and promoted, because if I don't do that, then nobody knows I exist. But it just sucks because you know I have nowhere else to go. So you're going to treat me like shit because you feel like I have nowhere else to go. You're going to take my money. You won't give me credit. You won't give me respect. You may not even run my promos, my liners, my ads. And that's the issue that the black community is having right now with the marketers and people who use them as a platform. It's like, we're spending money with you, but you're not respecting my dollar. That's why I'm telling you, and I mean,
I see it from that end.
Come to iHeart, come to Death Row. No, just come to iHeart. We'll respect you over there. And that's the thing, because we've always been like catch up, like, because it's heritage. It's 99 Gems, it's Hot 105. But we have a product. We have the Breakfast Club. We have Papa Keith. We have Stitches. They're killing it. T-Roy, DJ Bulletproof, Mauricio, they're killing it.
You got the same amount of shit.
We have Throwback Miami. I just think people got to know that we're an option, and that iHeart will respect the black dollar. iHeart, like, they can't play that shit. Like, iHeart's too big. They can't even play them type of games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Cox is a big company, but for whatever reason, the local market, because they know they have and that powerhouse and Hot 105. And here's the thing, when you think about it, 1035 The Beat is 99 Jams competition. Hot 105 has no competition.
And the thing is,
none. So they could do whatever the fuck they want. Because
but
how do you reach
I just don't
the demo
like how,
25 to 55 or even 25 to 55 of that older demo, 35 to the 60?
Like
where else
60,
do you go to reach those people? And they spend money.
Yeah.
So they're valuable audience.
Exactly.
And Hot 105 knows they're the only place that you could reach them outside of the Miami Times.
Well, I know. Shout out to Jill Tracy. I know on Hot Talk.
Yes, Jill.
I know on Hot Talk they done boosted up the ads during her show.
Yeah, I be listening to Jill at night, and
so that she got the number one late night urban talk show. Let's talk
Jill.
about
Congrats, baby. But yeah, so it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. But like you said, you can't go in there begging though. Like, and if you ain't prepared to walk away and play hardball with them, I don't really care what the conversation. Like, it ain't no need to have no. Great segue. We don't need to have this conversation. And we were just gonna talk about Childish Gambino and his new video and mental health and relationships came up into that. But yeah, this is America. We don't.
Yeah. What was your thoughts? Did you get to see it?
I did. I didn't. I'm mad that I saw the videos first on social media before I got a chance to really process the whole thing
and really sit down and really watch it. And
it's a little random for me. It's definitely like some overt things, like themes of like gun violence and racial profiling and just us being so into entertainment and not really paying attention to what's the serious shit that's going on
behind
us,
the scenes,
like being distracted. But just certain things I still didn't like. Okay, like the running at the end of the video. Sorry, these are spoilers we about to give. Did you understand why he was running at the end of the video?
It's a lot of references. I'm not gonna be like the whole person to do the historical references and all that. Shout out to the director because it takes a lot, you know, from the directors. I seen somebody, I forget what, I can't think of his name. I know it's with an M, like Mahai or something like that.
Miro. It's the guy who does his
Atlanta.
Who does the show. Do you watch Atlanta?
I want to get into it. I just haven't had the time to be honest. I got to binge
conscious as you are, you will love it.
No, I have to binge. People been telling me it's really good.
Finale come on tonight. I got and
but at the same time with Childish, like when I first seen it, what caught me on the first one was the horse in the background.
I saw that the second time around and I was like, what's that about?
And like what made me really say, hold up, I gotta really dissect this was like when he did the little Jim Crow movement, because I'm like, it's something with him shooting and doing this shit like this.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, it was like, and there's so many.
Like a minstrel move.
Yeah, minstrel move with Jim Crow and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, it was crazy.
It's so like, honestly, I'm gonna watch it a couple of more times. Like, and here's the crazy thing though, because if you've been watching this season of Atlanta, you could kind of like
he been alluding to it.
It's not even alluding to it, but the direction and the freedom and the just overt blackness and the themes that they've been having in the show. Like, even though it's a comedy, it's still been like some real serious, dark shit don't happen on there. And it's still funny and entertaining. So when I saw that video after watching this season of Atlanta, I was like, oh, like creatively, like he's just out of the box right now. Like Childish Gambino is
he's
like
always
one
been
of the top like creators right now to me. Like he's just out of the box.
I remember some time ago.
He gave us Redbone. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I remember some time ago. People was starting to rave about Childish Gambino, and I was like, who the fuck is Childish Gambino?
Until you watch Community and you realize he's Donald Glover, the comedic actor.
But see, this the thing. Like, I came onto him like some of his earlier albums and some of his earlier music, and at first I wasn't really, but I had to really listen to it because it was so different. You know, we
like
in the world.
2005, I'll be right by your side.
Yeah, hold on. he brought back the soul to hip hop. You feel me?
That's laying a lot on it, man.
Yeah, because people can, and when I say he brought back soul,
but like that
hip-hop,
They Lost Soul, Talib Kweli, Common type of soul.
Yeah,
like
it's one of those souls like where like even from like people like Scarface and them, they bring out the samples and the way they do the music. They real intentional about how they do these. Like if you know, the Scarface always does like these blues samples.
Oh yeah,
you feel me? Exactly, and then and it's always these blues samples or these jazz blues blues riffs, and you take Childish Gambino outside of Ye, that was doing the most soulful shit.
You see, they've been comparing him a lot to Ye since Ye
they
fell off.
Since Ye,
we ain't
I
even touch on Ye.
I don't want to say Ye fell off. I'm not.
Oh, we did touch on Ye last time.
To get off, so much, and kind of like segue into mental health. I seen like the whole Kanye interview. I watched it one night.
Which one with
Charlamagne?
That was the one that gave me compassion for him. Then he went on TMZ, and I kind of lost a little. I
really see. I seen the TMZ shit, and then I seen that.
Oh, see, I watched the Charlamagne first, then I seen TMZ.
Okay, so when I seen it, the first 30 minutes gave me so much clarity as far as like just being a millennial and trying to. We was talking about earlier about this quarter life crisis or some shit. I ain't nothing but a quarter of a century.
We seen that.
Blade. It's a nigga named Blaze. Blaze.
I feel like I've heard it before.
Yeah, no, it used to be. It was on. Who the nigga who did it? Iceberg. Iceberg put it on his tape one time. I think it was on Strictly for the Streets. You feel me? Like one or two.
It.
But I ain't nothing but a quarter of a century.
You go through a quarter life crisis in this motherfucker. I've experienced it.
Yeah, so
experiencing it.
Yeah, I think like with Ye, it brings. I'm glad that it's bringing a spotlight on mental health.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But at the same time, I just don't like the stigmatism they trying to put on it. It's like, oh, you acting all crazy. It's like, well, why nobody? And he's pushing a total message of love. Like, why nobody showing me love? Like, I'm going through it. Y'all know my mama died, but ain't nobody showing me no love. Y'all just ranting out on, you know what I'm saying? And just because I have my thoughts and I say what I said, like, I'm going through something. And it brought me back to like me coming out of Jackson mental health and dealing with what I had to deal with. And just being in that mode where I just wanted to express certain things because I had been caged up. And like when you go through some of these traumatic experiences, you have to release.
That is true.
You get what I'm saying? And I think at this point, he's probably never been in a situation, because now he's with the white boys. You feel me? These fashion houses and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's not in a space where he can really, I feel like, truly express himself without, and now we're in such a totally sensitive time. So like by him, he did allude, like he said mental slavery before he said slavery was a choice. Like, you feel me? And he smirked. Like my thing is just like he knew automatically, like, okay, I know people who gonna just hear the soundbite and say, oh no.
But here's the thing, Charlamagne and T.I. said on their show. They said that he didn't mean it like that, but there's like he has so much in his head, it's hard for him to communicate properly. So he's such a genius that, and geniuses and people who are really smart, they're socially awkward. They don't communicate the best.
Exactly.
Somebody that we talk about off air.
Yeah.
And even I feel like me and you have like I call it nerd risings or nerd characteristics.
We have streams of consciousness.
Yeah, like we have nerd streams of consciousness, if you want to call it that. I don't know what to call it, but I can be socially awkward at times, and I could be introverted at times.
Fuck that. Speaking of socially awkward.
What?
I've learned, and I had to damn near text her ex and tell her how I understood what the fuck she meant when she said a nigga had groupies and shit, because I'm so socially awkward. And you just go on my page and see the post.
Oh, now I get what you're saying. So you weren't conscious that people were liking you.
Yeah.
But they were liking you, and they probably were talking about you like, oh, Munch fine or Munch cute, but you didn't know.
Yeah. I ain't know that shit. I was so oblivious to it. Like, and then like people would say like, oh, people, you seen how the way she said hi to you, and I take it on face value. Like, ain't nobody like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And or like being in college and like, Noble, I felt like I was doing the right thing. That's just how I always been. And I think that's why people like,
well, you've been in a relationship for 15 years. So.
Don't say it. Don't double up on me. You know what I'm saying?
But Munch, I'm like 3 years older than you. So for you to be in a relationship for as long as you have, like, that's all your 20s.
Yeah, my whole phase. Yeah. Ain't it wasn't none of that.
I didn't miss mine.
Trapping ain't dead. You feel me?
I'm being real honest tonight. I'm going to be very honest tonight. I don't think my therapist would be appreciative of that. But we talk about mental health and relationships.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it.
But yeah, when it comes to like relationships, it's like one of them things. Like I guess you can kind of like say like I always got in relationships because it was a security thing. Like that's one thing I got down pat. I ain't got to worry about everything else because then I can go focus on what I need to go focus on. So like, and like in my particular situation with me and my girl, like KC, who I've been with for 7 years, like, so it ain't 15. Like, what's the name talking about? So I've been with her for a little minute. And the thing is like she came at a time when I was going through some real shit, and she could have left. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, she could have literally, and I tell everybody this, like, she could have, like, I went to Jackson Mental Health, like, the same week we was talking, you know what I'm saying?
Like, when y'all first met?
Like, when we had knew each other as, you know, for some time. We had grew, like, a friendship a little bit, like, but it was, like, maybe, like, a month tops.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Fresh.
So it was real fresh, and it was like, no matter of fact, I lied. So we had pretty much knew each other for about maybe, like, 6. But we wasn't talking like that. It would just be a passing, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. And then like, pretty much like afterwards, she like, I happened to, you know, deal with whatever I had to deal with Jackson Mental Health. I ended up, going there. And like, I remember being on the phone and calling her because I just wanted to give her a phone call, let her know what the fuck was going on. Cause I had been in there for like at least a week at that point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, you know, we used to talk. At that point, we was like talking almost every day, and then you ain't get nothing. So I called and was like, look, man, and this is the situation. This is where I'm at. I understand if you don't want to rock with a nigga, like, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot to deal with. That's a lot to take on. And she stood in the paint. You know, like, when I got out, you know, she was there. She made sure, like nigga, I was fucked up. Like, you feel me? Like, I had
That's a
troubles.
good woman, Savannah. Yeah. You better marry her.
so like, yeah,
she held you down.
Yeah, she held it down, and that's why I tell people all the time, like, certain shit, like, when it comes to relationships, it's a give and take. Niggas go through their little shit too. You feel me? Like, don't let niggas act like, oh, I'm the macho man, I pay all the bills. It's like, yeah, you pay the bills, but when you thugging it and you broke, you know what I'm saying? But you feel good because when you come home, like, shit, she gonna take care of you. It's gonna be a meal there. It may be a meal there. Because that's something that, you know, I just feel like we shouldn't expect nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, people put too much expectations on shit. Like, I think this is probably one of this relationship worked because I didn't have so many expectations. I just kind of like let it flow.
You know
what I mean?
Deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really have like, okay, like, you know, the girl got it. Like, I never had one of these things like girls got to cook for me. Cause like, nigga, I was a young nigga. So at that time, like, we got to get, I think I was like 21, 22, some shit like that.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like.
And you're 27 now, right?
Like 28.
Oh,
20,
okay.
You about to be 29.
For real?
Yeah.
I thought we were like 3 years apart.
Nah, we ain't that far.
What year you graduated high school?
07.
I thought you graduated like 09.
Nah. Why you thought I graduated 09?
I don't know. I thought you was so much younger than me.
You always trying to sun me, dog.
I know.
What's wrong with you, dog? What's up with you, man?
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, I always felt like relationships, and you know, I say this because, you know, we talk about Childish Gambino and they talk about the white girl. Like, how you feel about that shit as a black woman?
I know this gonna sound real bad.
No, fuck it. It's
gonna sound real bad. But Childish Gambino is not a guy that I want to talk to.
So you in that category that Childish Gambino was talking about. So okay. So
because, and I'm gonna be real honest.
Did you see the meme?
If it was Michael B. Jordan, because I know he dating a white girl, and if it was, you know, like the Morris Chestnuts and the Tay Diggs, I'd be hurt because you'd be like, I really like them, and they want to go get a white girl. But I see Childish Gambino, I'm like, oh, good for you.
Yeah, I feel you. No,
love is love.
But
I
but he
date white
said
boys,
that.
I date Spanish boys, so it's like I can't fault people, even though a part of me cringes every time, even when I saw, like, anytime I see a black man, no matter what they look like, some in me always like, did he choose her because he hates me or because he really loves her? Like, that thought always comes to me first.
That's deep. Is he with her because he hates me
or does he really love her? Yeah, like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something that I think black women, and it's crazy, I've always heard that as a kid, like growing up in a house full of black women, you know, you watching shows or you hear your mama, your grandma, your aunties talking, oh, he done went and got him a white woman.
Yeah.
He done left the black woman and he done went and got him a soft ass white woman who gonna do whatever he say. And that don't even be the case, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, like, they just fell in love. And I mean, I've been really, I wouldn't say I've been in love with somebody outside of my race, but I've been really like deeply infatuated or like deeply involved with people, and just because they was cool ass people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, so when I do that, I immediately check myself on that. But I mean, I wasn't really, like I said, because Childish Gambino.
That's what he said though. Like, he said, it was like a little meme that came out or something, like a manuscript or something he said about, like,
black girls weren't checking for him.
Black girls pretty much weren't checking for him because I was like this weird nerdy kind of cat, and then, you know, I get that. You feel me? You talking to a nigga who went to schools with Chicos and other races. Like,
I read an article on Very Smart Brothers, and he said it's probably because the nerdy people weren't checking for each other.
Yeah.
Looking at the more popular people. So maybe
That's right.
he didn't go find a nerdy black girl, because they're awkward black girls too.
And I really I really sat there and tried to think, right, about this real deep about it, because sometimes like I feel some type of way when I see bruh, like I'm like, bruh, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what the fuck did she do for you? But then I think about my time in Arizona. I ain't fuck around with no white hoes in Arizona, but you feel me? I just thought about like my mom would always be like, don't bring no white hoe back home.
And that's crazy. That's what black moms tell their black. I heard my mom say that before, and my grandma's like, it's just crazy.
Like, she was like, don't bring no white girl back. Like, every time I went to Arizona and came back, like on vacation, on break, she would always say that to me.
But did that stop you from getting to know or date?
It didn't stop. It didn't know what's crazy is.
Are you not attracted to white girls?
Yeah, I really ain't attracted to them. And I think it's one of them things, like it may be a few, like it was one girl in my class when I first got up there. You feel me? That I was like, okay, yeah, she cool. She looked like something. But I understood at that point, at that early age, and I was in Arizona, that look, they don't really fuck with you like that. Like, they fuck with you, but they don't really fuck with you like that. Like, they cool with you, but past that, it ain't nothing.
But I feel like white girls, and you were an athlete, I feel like they love athletes, and they'll throw that pussy at them any day.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I even had
nobody who just was throwing it at you because you played ball.
No. But I know I got homies that was in that situation. You feel me?
No. You lying, Munch. You probably wasn't picking up on it, just like you wasn't picking up on it in high school.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm keeping it.
Not pick up on it.
I'm keeping it G. I didn't. I was so like
you're a good looking man. Like,
I'm so oblivious to this shit.
Yeah. Like, ooh. And you probably was like so tunnel vision.
What's crazy is what's crazy is it was a chick I used to talk to in up the road. She was Korean. I always tell a story about Korean and black, right? So I was talking, like, basically when we was at a party, and this is how she say, like, literally her homegirl had to come to me the next day while I'm at work in the gym at the school, work study, had to come to me and be like, a certain somebody like you. And I'm thinking, because I ain't paying their ass no mind, it's the dark-skinned black girl, the black girl that I'm looking at, like, But then she say, pick again. And I'm going around the room like, everybody else was with somebody. It was only like 2 or 3 of them in here with. So I picked around again.
You be looking at all black people?
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. So she said, remember the girl that was sitting in front of you? Da-da-da-da-da-da. She was light skinned. You feel me? I thought she was like highly mixed Hispanic or some shit. But we got to kick it, got to chill. She was Korean and black. We actually talked for like a whole last year. Like, it was a real, serious.
She a black girl.
Yeah, she was a black girl. Like, one drop of black blood, yeah, black. And her mama damn sure black. You know what I mean? So shout out to her old girl, man. Like, I still love her to this day. Like, she's dope. Like, you feel me?
Damn, she was that light skinned that you really couldn't tell if she was black or not?
No, I wouldn't say I couldn't tell if she was black or not. It was like, she Hispanic.
Oh, you thought she was Hispanic?
Like, it like at first glance, it was like, and I wasn't, and at that time, I think a lot of times what I was going through, like, I wasn't paying them attention because I was so tunnel vision focused. Like, my mission at that time was like, get out the hood. Now you out the hood, you up here, get your education, make sure you come back to the crib and make sure niggas on. You feel me? Because I had so much riding. So I wasn't so focused on like, I'm going to be fucking hoes and doing this and doing that. And that's how I always been. I always tried to have that level of focus, and try to like push through and persevere. Yeah. And
I just got that level of focus like yesterday. I'm like saying real shit. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, and that's why I think when it comes to mental health, since we bouncing between mental health and relationships, I feel like
I feel like mental health is a big part of relationships.
Yeah, and that's where I felt like that's where I feel like I lost that's why I can point to a time where I feel like I lost myself. You feel me? Because at a point I just like let shit go, like fuck it. You feel me? And it was crazy because it was around the time like me and Sherelle broke up. I had a little situation, and I kind of like eased up at that point. That's when I'm not the nigga who you can go tell the police, when we had these big ass house parties, You know what I'm saying? Anybody in AZ who know, when we had these big ass house parties, they put me in front of the police because I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking, I wasn't doing none of that. You feel me? So I'm face clean. I'm gonna go talk to them all day. Anybody else couldn't go do that. So when that happened, it was like, oh, he with the boys now. You feel me? And I felt like I let myself go. I felt like I gave up on myself. It was a lot of things going on, like football and different things. But I felt like at that time, that's when I let myself go.
While you was in Arizona?
Yeah, because I lost that. I felt like I lost that focus. You feel me? That I had because of life. You dealing with this girl now. You dealing with this. You dealing with that.
So you feel like the relationships made you lose focus?
I don't feel like the relationship itself did. I felt like other things around it, right? So like
personal stuff that was going on.
Yeah, like I said, like when I talk about let myself go, I mean like football wasn't working out for me. It was on the latter end of football, so like I had an injury, so that kept me out for a little minute, and
it's the realization that wasn't gonna work.
That wasn't gonna work.
Like really.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, trust me, I went through it with track and field. I was pressed for like 3 years.
Yeah, and AP, and and you talking to a cat who was like, for people who don't know, API. I was at API, which is like these performance complexes where, if you real deal and you something serious, or you like, this is where you go to get that ultimate training to go to the next level. And I happened to be with these coaches that was pretty much having me on this next level. I was with NFL players that was, in the league. I had coaches that was, making sure like, yeah, this cat got talent. And when I got hurt, it was just like, okay. And it was the politics of it too. So it was like, I got to deal with the politics. I had just got pretty much like right. We had a coaching change, and then I get hurt, and it was like, fuck.
Is that what made you lose it?
With my particular situation, I felt like a lot of these things, like from my childhood to me, and it being balled up and me not dealing with it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I had situations in middle school, like family issues, and then I never dealt with it. Then I had, I had, my grandma died when I was young. Nobody really helped me deal with that. I really didn't get over that till I got into college. Like I had to be like 21 to like really get over it. When I really fully was like, okay, grandma passed. It's been some time, but I was 8 years old when it happened. You get me saying? Middle school, getting into little shit because of that. You know what I'm saying? And people not really recognizing.
But that's up to, and that's
parenting.
The one thing I like about what Kanye has done is made it a national discussion about Black people and mental health, because for you to say, your grandmother passed and you were acting out, but it's like, your family didn't know what to do to help you through that. And like my aunt died. I was really close to her. She died around the same, I was like maybe 7 or 8 when she passed away. So I don't know how I process that. And I don't know what my family, like, I think we just went to church, you're Black people, we pray, we hug each other, we laugh, but I don't know if we processed it the right way, or in a healthy way, so I could be a functioning adult. I remember for years I was traumatized because my aunt, she passed away, and they would say we were a lot alike, and I was like, they were like, oh, so we gotta get her head checked, because like my aunt had a brain tumor. So I remember, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die at 33 because my aunt died at 33. It's just certain things like
how that traumatized.
Like I don't even know if my family even realized like how much that affected me. And even now, like I said, I'm going through therapy now because of shit that I've been through as a kid, and it got to the point where it was fucking up my work. And I had to, I remember I broke down in the parking lot of iHeart, and I was crying, and I did not want to go in. And something in me was like,
you was some deep shit.
I was like, I can't be defeated again. Like, I can't, like, that's literally what happened with me at the Miami Times. I woke up one day and couldn't get out of bed.
Damn.
And I was crying, and I cried for like 4 hours straight.
Wow.
So, and I think they thought I got in a car accident or I died or something, because they were blowing up my phone and I would not answer the phone.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't work at the Miami Times anymore.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So because it came to the point where I know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't getting paid to do it. And I didn't want to do what I was doing. And I guess the way my mind works, I can't be restricted. So it was frustrating to work in those spaces, and it became depressing. And that's why I was like, okay, I make a good enough money now at iHeart where I could at least afford to go to therapy now, and I could pay for it. And I was like, I can't lose another job. I can't quit another job. Like I don't want this to defeat me. Like I'm a win. Yeah. Like I'm gonna leave iHeart on my own terms. I'm not gonna be let go. I'm not gonna quit. And I think that just a lot of personal shit that I was going through, and like I said, literally, like you said, you realize how to focus at 17. Yeah. I literally just realized like, oh, this is what I need to do to be a healthy adult. Like I literally just went through my whole phone, blocked like 10 numbers, and I was like, I can't do it anymore. Yeah. So that's why I made a post on Instagram, and I was like, I'm walking away from projects. Like y'all just gonna see me not with certain people anymore. Yeah. And doing certain things anymore.
It's just too toxic,
it's toxic. It's not, and it's not. And it's
not nothing personal against them. It's just you.
Yeah, and it's even my own shit that I feel frustrated that I'm not working on, like Hollow and a web series that I want to do.
Man, that's why you on Trapping Ain't Dead.
And Trapping Ain't Dead. Like, and it's the one thing that I keep. Like, I push myself to come here every week because it was the only thing that I was like, outside of like iHeart and other projects I was doing, I was like, this is something I'm a part of, and I was like, I gotta keep doing it. And doing this actually kept motivating me to even like just think about Hollow News. Yeah. Like, so I just think I got to the point where I was like, I'm 30 and I don't want to be 40 years old just trying to start something. Yeah. Like, I'm like, I could do it now. I have no kids. I'm not married, and I could do the emotional work now before I get a kid and fuck them up more. Like, and I could do the work now, and I'm totally like committed to doing the work now.
Yeah, I feel that way to an extent, and what was the point where I like literally said I'm not coming back. A coach came to me and he said, and it was so bad I had to talk to the chaplain, and he was like, oh shit. Like, they was literally like in crisis mode trying to like get me back on the team because they knew it was like he's done. Like, after I talked to that chaplain that day. And
it was more mental or physical?
It was more mental because it was like I had played ball to deal with anger issues. I was no longer angry because I was no longer in that particular environment. So that same fire and passion I had for the game wasn't there because it was an escape in the first place.
And then you escaped, and then
it escaped, and then and the coach said, fear of failure. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? And I look at my situation, and I, with the whole thing with not being able to get accepted in the schools, like those were all in my book. Those were all failures. Like not getting in the D1, but you went hard for like I wasn't good at track. I wasn't. People would say, yeah, he was good at basketball. He was good at music, but football was like, this is my outlet to get out this shit 24. You feel me? And when the coach said, don't be afraid to fail, shit just stick to you. Yeah. And it stuck to me, and I just sat on it that whole night, and I said, afraid to fail. And I said, you know what, this whole time I've been failing. And I looked at myself, and I really got down on myself, and I just said, and then that was like the downhill, and that's all what it's been. It's like, it's been a uphill, downhill battle of like fear and anxiety, because I went hard as I felt like I could at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different factors behind why, niggas don't get D1 scholarships. But when you went on the academic where you felt like that was fail proof, and you was more focused on the academic, like I was a real student athlete in the mind, that when I didn't get UM, or I didn't get anywhere like a UCF or anything, it was just like a FAU. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't get that, it was just like,
yeah, like you put all this stuff into something and it didn't.
It didn't. So now, when I felt, and when I say I felt what you were saying because of the projects, like you walk away from projects, like, people, I tell people I'm able to open up and say, this is why I got to step back. I stepped back from the Model City board because I felt like I'm dealing with something mentally that y'all niggas can't help me, and y'all sitting up here fussing in this fucking meeting ain't gonna help me. You feel me? Yeah. The same thing with people calling. Nowadays when I sit up here and I post certain things, I said I gotta figure out what the fuck Munch want to do, not what everybody wants Munch to do. Yeah. Because what happens is, I got a heart for community, but everybody's pulling you with their issues.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Get caught up in other people's shit, and you never work on your own shit.
You never work on your own shit. And my thing is 2010. I came in with my own shit, and when I went to go work with these other people, you feel me? Mm-hmm. It was and I can name names, Dream Defenders and whatnot. With the rest of them, like I just felt like I had to step back because as far as like the projects and shit, because I just was like, nah, this ain't me. Like, because they pulling me because they want me to feel this way. And it's not nothing against DD or against Power User of the world, because I worked with all these people and they know it's just the institution of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell them, like, it's the institution of it and how it makes me feel inside that system. But, I don't have a problem with people personally that's in the organization that do shit. You get what I'm saying?
No.
And people don't. That's it. Kind of like feel some type of way, and I kind of like be like, look, take my word as my word. Goddamn it! Like, if you feel like I got pressure, and I tell you ain't got no pressure, if you want to take this shit outside to the parking lot, we can take it there. But never has it gone there, and it's still love. You feel me?
I'm always telling a bitch to pull up.
Yeah, you know me. You know me. I'm quick with that. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel you, because in the sense of like the projects, it's like you're contributing and helping somebody and they leaning on you so much, and you still have your own goals and vision and things you want to do, and mission that you and projects that you want to work on personally. And sometimes you've thought about your shit way before they started theirs, but they came in, got it going or whatever, and they came in and they see that you can really help me get what I need to get done. And you got one. It's you by yourself. Yeah. And it's everybody around. So like, but then you be a key part of what the fuck they doing.
Exactly.
And you building they shit.
And you like, and
what about mine?
And that's prime example why I left the art club. A lot of people, I just it was crazy because they didn't really understand the full extent of what was going on, because I literally went to Jackson Mental Health 2011. If you notice, I had been with art club from 2010 to 2014 essentially. So after that period, you got to figure 3 years, Munch was like a real zombie. Like, not saying I was a zombie, but like I was in that, okay, I'm ground zero, I gotta find myself type situation. But I'm like 1 week out the fucking Jackson Mental Health. I've been in there 2 weeks getting drugged the fuck up. Swear to God to you, the next fucking 2 days, 3 days when I got the next week after I got out, on my nigga Briscoe, I'm in his fucking studio. The next week, like nothing happened. And I felt like this year I had to deal with the mental health, because I felt like it's like I've been dealing with this too long. Yeah. And I know that it's mainly because of, how the mental health professionals treated me at Jackson, for one. Two, the stigma that I've had all my life of you crazy Munch. You know what I'm saying? So you had to somewhat believe it, but then somewhat still be in denial. And like I was in that group.
I hate the word crazy. It's like you don't understand.
Yeah.
That person. But I don't like that word crazy, because I get called that too, and I hate it, because it's like you don't understand what you did to provoke me, or maybe you don't understand the mindset I'm in. So I hate that somebody called you that, because it's not like it's not crazy. It's just you're not understanding how I'm processing or communicating what I'm doing right now.
Exactly. And like that whole time I was with art club or whatnot. I'm still good with them. Them bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could call them any time of the day and link up and do whatever I gotta do. Zabo is part of the art club, so we it's family. But I had to step away, and I always explain it like I had to step away. It was nothing with them. It was just like I had to step away, because not saying it was just like I was doing a lot, and I felt like what I wanted to do I couldn't do, because I was devoting so much time, energy to what they had going on. You feel me? Like I had my own studio. You feel me? But then when I look at why I lost my own studio, because I'm not focusing on what I had to focus on. I was getting pulled out. Don't get me wrong. I made enough money to pay the rent. Like that never was an issue. But I wasn't focused
to grow it
the way I wanted it to be. I just did it enough to get by, because I had to do stuff for them too. Yeah. You feel me? Or situations where like it was just different situations. It just the social awkwardness, and you feeling like I rock one way. I'm not gonna be in designer. I don't know high fashion like and shit like that. But nowadays it really helped a lot. You feel me? Me and Ransom, like just to talk sometimes. We go back and forth just on knowledge we used to know back in the day. We used to watch fucking Ransom Know the Fresher than FIM, yeah.
From when we were doing the boot camp.
Yeah.
That just clicked to me, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and he, you know,
man,
get fresh.
We gonna be okay.
Yeah, you damn right.
Mental health is and I like the fact that we are able to share, and I hope people out there listening can grow from it. We definitely need to have more conversations about this. Like, it's okay to talk about it, and it's don't stigmatize people. Be an ear for your friends. Know that, you know, we all go through shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes every day you ain't gonna be up every day. You know, ain't gonna be the best day, but just encouraging people to do that, and don't stigmatize them and make them feel crazy. Don't do that to your family members. Don't, like, they need your help. They don't need you to talk about them or make them feel even worse than what they're feeling at that moment.
Yeah, because all my homeboys, as soon as I got out, like, bro, you straight. Ain't nothing wrong with you, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I feel it. But, yeah, man, this was a good episode, man.
It is. It's all about self-love. I'm happy. The new steps that I'm taking to be happy and to be fulfilled and go hard. And I'm just hoping that, not hoping they're going to manifest, and I'm putting all my energy into my own personal projects from now on.
I feel you. It's the same for me. With All Like Mines, I got so much work. And people don't know, like, how much shit I'm doing behind the scenes. Like, you see me do, like, the face shit is the community shit. Nobody sees the graphic design. Nobody sees the visuals. Nobody sees the audio shit that I got to do behind the scenes, the production shit that I'm doing behind the scenes, you know, to really get shit done. And, like, I'm just trying to narrow down, like, I'm trying to get this apprenticeship program rocking so I can actually give back to my community in a real way. I want to make sure, like, we do this launch, because this launch has been, like, everybody's been waiting, like, man, you know, once I put it out about nonprofit, so many, the response from that is just like, oh yeah, Munch finna do a nonprofit for real? Oh yeah, I'm finna join that.
Just do it, Munch.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what it is now. It's like, nah,
you got the resources, you got the experience and the knowledge. Just do it.
Yeah, it came down, like I told you, it was a fear of failure, and, like, realize just being real with yourself. Sometimes, like I told you, like, I don't know if I said this on the show, but, like, how many times do you honestly, like, you wash your face and shit, but do you really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, nigga, yeah, we gonna do this shit? Like, you sit there in the mirror and, like, look at you. Like, it was a time I ain't do that.
Really?
I ain't, man. I wash my face.
Talking to myself in the mirror.
Yeah, wash my face, and I would look at myself like, nigga, this ain't you. Like, really? Yeah, it would be crazy shit. But yeah, man, let's wrap this thing up, because I could be here all night talking about mental health, man. But
we'll do a part 2 to this, y'all.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is good.
Yeah, so, it's a wrap.
Good night.
I think we're gonna play this mix on out. You know what I'm saying?
Trapping ain't dead.
Yeah.